I'm doing Unc shit. Fuck all that young shit. I'm cool with Unc shit. Type shit. Activity. I'm doing Unc shit. Fuck all that young shit. I'm cool with Unc shit. Type shit. Activity. Posted up on the island with a bitch. They call me Unc, cause I ain't on that dumb shit.
Oh, man. What up, people? What's going on this good old fine Tuesday? Give you $2 for a burger today. For a cat. But when I get the live stream, you bring your little narrow ass out of here, huh? What's up, people? Sorry about that. I'm trying to right now multitask doing a couple of things. Welcome back to Unbe Streaming with your favorite aunt that ain't no punk. That's out here finna talk a little shit. Gotta get me some coffee brewing in just a second. What's up, MS Best? Salute to you. Got a good show planned for you all. You know, Unc-ucation, where we don't just get on YouTube and talk shit. We try to present some information, teach a little something, hopefully to inform and entertain, and also allow people to look at and see things to a different perspective, outside of what they might have been trained to see things. As I look into things to do this Unc-ucation about, I start noticing a pattern. I'm noticing a pattern of things that people do and say and believe that they think comes from within them, but it really originated elsewhere. We were trained. See, people like to talk about grooming so much, but they only can think of grooming when an older man that's like 30 something meets a girl that's 19, and they say, oh, grooming. And that's, oh Lord, it's the end of the world. I'm not saying I'm for or against that, whatever, because that's not what the show about. But what I'm saying is that there's other grooming. Your parents groom you. Society grooms you. But nobody don't like to talk about that. A lot of your beliefs, your ideas, your viewpoints, the way you act with women, the way you act towards men, the way you bend over backwards and kiss women ass, the way you give your fellow man hell in a hard time. A lot of that shit, you think that's just how it's supposed to be. You think that's just who you are. No, you were groomed. You were trained. You were controlled. And when I think about it, I don't like that shit. I want to be me. I want my thoughts to be my thoughts. Fight against the grooming. Fight against the societal grooming. Sit there and really ask yourself, do I really think this? Do I really feel that way about this? Is this who I am? Is this who I want to be? Or is this who I was made to be? Before we get started, like, subscribe, comment, and please share. Like, subscribe, comment, and please share. If you want to support the channel, Cash App, $ Unc be streaming. Anything from $1 on up would be greatly appreciated and go directly into funding the channel with the various apps and software that I utilize to give you the content that I am presenting today. Also, like I tell you every stream, Do some form of self-improvement today. Some form of self-improvement. Build a better you. Don't be the you that you were yesterday. Learn something new. Do something. Improve yourself, be it physically, mentally, spiritually, financially, whatever. Do some push-ups, do some jump jacks, walk around the neighborhood, read something new, meditate, pray, read the Bible. Whatever that thing is, do it to how much you got time for. Improve yourself. Not a day should go by where you ain't better than the day before. And also, this shit is a marathon, not a sprint. And it doesn't end. All the way till you 10 toes up, pushing up daisies, swimming with the fishes, rolling with the worms. All the way till you doing that, you should be taking steps to improve yourself. This is an ongoing process, people. Ongoing process. All right. Today's show. What is passive aggression? Why it's so dangerous? And why some men just can't get it. First of all, for some weird reason, again, I think it's that training, that conditioning. A lot of men particularly don't see passive aggression as aggression, even though it's literally in the name. They don't see these, but these the same guys that'll fight a man for accidentally bumping them walking down a crowded street or in a crowded club.
Oh my God.
Yet, they're not bothered by somebody playing in their face and disrespecting their intellect and downplaying them, looking them right in their goddamn eyes. So, first of all, I want to say a person can't show you aggression and then dictate how you reply. Once you throw the aggression on the table, I'm going to consume that shit as I please, motherfucker. It's kind of like those people that put their business on social media and then get mad at the reactions they get. No, I didn't even have to know this shit. I didn't have to know this shit. You put it out there because whatever reason, and now you're not getting the responses that you wanted, and it's a big ass problem.
Oh, hell no.
And that's how it is with passive aggressive people. They be passive aggressive and then try to fucking throw their hands behind their back like they didn't do shit. Because in their life, they dealt with so many people that's been trained, that's been groomed to just see that as the natural way, especially when men dealing with women. A lot of men just see this, that's how women supposed to act because their moms, their sisters, the women in their life have always communicated with them like this. So they laugh it off. But then when they run across a nigga that people never talk to them like that, a nigga that don't allow that from man or woman, all of a sudden that person is the goddamn problem. All of a sudden, men judging and critiquing him like he the goddamn problem.
Oh my God.
When they fundamentally know different people got different shit that they willing to take. I've seen parents, kids tell them what they ain't gonna do.
Oh, hell no.
I wish a motherfucker would with me. I've seen dudes, girlfriends, and wives challenge them, confront them, and question them in public around other people.
What the hell?
I wish my motherfucking wife would. If she disagree, I could say the dumbest shit in the world. I'm not saying I could say the dumbest shit in the world. And she can think that was the dumbest shit in the world. She's gonna wait till we get in the car and be like, hey babe, you know that what you said was wrong. I'm like, what you talking about? And then she'll explain the story. She'll tell me. And then if I still, I'm like, well, I thought it was right. Or I'm like, damn shit, you know what? Fuck, man, I was kind of off on that one. And it is what it is. But what she not gonna do is in front of another motherfucker try to run me like that. Let me feed this starving cat. He will not leave me alone. Supposed to be my daughter's cat, right? But as y'all see, it's more like mine's. Anybody with kids know that if kids ask for pets and you buy a pet for a kid, no, nigga, your ass got a pet now. You got a pet. Shit. They come by and scratch on them occasionally. What they ain't finna do is feed that motherfucker and sure ain't finna change the goddamn litter box. So, yeah, what was I saying? Oh, yeah. So, people have different things that they're willing to tolerate. But we live in a world where people want to judge and begrudge you for not having the same tolerance level of shit they do. If a man doesn't want to handle passive aggressiveness, that doesn't make him any less of anything. Nor does it make now, it's how you got to do something about passive aggressiveness. All right. I was talking to a homie last night, and his way of handling passive aggressiveness is different from mine. But he does handle it. But that's all based on a personality type. I'm kind of intense in general. He's more of a chill person that will get intense if you keep the fuck on. I'm intense early in the game because I come from the old school of nipping in the bud. I don't want it to get to where I really got to snap on you, because I know I go 0 to 100 real fast. And by the time I really got to snap on you, I'm already ready to fight. So I like to cut shit off real early before we either fighting or I'm calling you everything but a child of God. So you say some slick shit. Oh, pause. I don't know who you're talking to. That shit didn't go over my head. You ain't as smart as you think. Watch yourself. Type shit. So, a lot of people, this the thing. Women know that passive aggressive is aggression and it's bullshit. But they let society and other women, our mothers, etc., have groomed our goofy asses into being okay with it because that's their form of combat. This ain't about DV or striking women. However, a 14-year-old boy can beat up most grown women. So you know what a grown-ass man can do. So yet women still have aggression. They still want to attack, and they usually do it through toxic femininity, which one of their weapons in toxic femininity is passive aggression. And how passive aggressive dudes act like it's not a big deal. But if they really pause and think, why do you think most women don't like women? Why do you think when you ask 10 women, would they rather have a male manager or boss or a female manager or boss? They're going to say that they want a male manager. Women don't like women. Why do you think so many women in your life, when you pause and think about it, be like, I ain't really got that many female friends. I don't really hang with bitches like that. I prefer to hang with my brother and my male cousins. It's because of that passive aggressive nature of women. Women and bitch niggas do it, which is one and the same. It's a synonym, a woman and a bitch nigga. So they don't even like it in each other. And they know it's a bad personality trait. That's why they don't like each other. But some kind of way, men have let women groom us throughout our childhood to accept the behavior from women that women won't even accept from each other. But we gonna get into it. And yes, groom. We been groomed as from young boys on up by shit like sugar and spice. Women are sugar and spice and everything nice. And boys are what? Snails and puppy dog tails or some weird ass shit like that. Told their whole life they ain't never supposed to hit a woman. Never supposed to hit a little girl. Little girls was kicking us in our nads and throwing shit on us and hitting us with sticks. And we were fucking trained and groomed to be fucking literally abused and not defend ourselves. And not just physically, but verbally. People say that we try to use it as a sense of pride, machismo, to act like it's beneath the man to argue with a woman. It is beneath the man to argue with a woman. Why? People can't really answer why. If someone is talking shit to you, a human that is your peer, how does it lessen you to be like, yo, I'm somebody too. Don't talk to me like that. I'm somebody fucking son. You understand? It's people out there that love me. Don't fucking talk to me like that. But the problem is, man, do somebody out there love you? Because if they did, they would have already showed you that regardless of who you talking to, it's a certain level of respect that you should always get from them. If not, you and that person need to have a motherfucking problem. So, before we get into passive aggressiveness, I want to go into something that is part of it. It's called microaggressions. Microaggressions. Because that's what we're going to do over here. Like this is Unc-ucation. We ain't just sitting here talking about what the celebrities doing. We ain't talking about the beefs and rumblings in these YouTube streets because there's always something going on. Y'all can go check that out when y'all get a chance. But over here, let's tune in. We're gonna use this beautiful fucking wrinkled ass brain that the Lord gave us. If you don't believe in God, that comes from biology and science. Wherever that brain comes from, it's a beautiful thing. And we use it over here. So before we get into the details of passive aggression, let's talk about a little something called microaggressions. And they get it's aggression is aggression. And aggression in your face should always be considered a form of disrespect. And disrespect shouldn't be tolerated. Not saying you gotta hit them, not saying you got to blow up. But at the same time, you don't have to just let the shit slide. You don't have to let it happen. Like we were groomed into doing as men particularly. Because let me tell you something. When a woman show another woman some microaggressive or passive aggression, that bitch finna get checked. But we've been brainwashed and groomed that it makes us less men or masculine to check a motherfucker that's coming at us sideways. Yet, in the same breath, we'll fight a nigga for looking at us the wrong way. And y'all think y'all want brainwash and groom? Ignore our stuff, ignore our aggression, ignore how we disrespect and mistreat you. But if a man look at you wrong, you need to peel his fucking muffin top. Are these your real thoughts? Is this how you really feel? Is that who you are? Or that's who you were trained and groomed through as a young boy throughout your whole fucking life to be? But let's get into these microaggressions, man. So you can, the next time you outside and dealing with somebody, maybe you can notice some of this shit and realize that this person trying to play in your motherfucking face.
Microaggressions are subtle, often unintentional comments, behaviors, or actions that communicate bias, prejudice, or negative attitudes toward a marginalized group. They are typically brief and can be verbal, nonverbal, or environmental. Definitions from different perspectives. 1. General definition. Small, everyday insults or dismissals. Intentional or unintentional that target someone based on their identity, e.g. race, gender, sexuality, religion, disability. 2. Psychological definition. Coined by Dr. Chester Pierce, 1970, to describe subtle forms of racism, now expanded to include other biases. Brief and commonplace daily verbal, behavioral, or environmental indignities that communicate hostile, derogatory, or negative slights and insults. 3. Sociological definition. Subtle acts embedded in social interactions or structures that reinforce systemic inequality and exclusion of marginalized groups. Types of microaggressions. 1. Microassaults. Overt but subtle discriminatory acts, e.g. deliberately avoiding sitting near someone of a certain race. 2. Microinsults. Comments or behaviors that demean a person's identity or background, e.g., you're so articulate to a minority. 3. Micro-invalidations, dismissing or denying someone's experiences or identity, e.g., I don't see color, or are you sure that was racist? Do you want me to include examples of microaggressions for different groups, e.g., race, gender, LGBTQ plus disability, or keep it general?
Not right now, but no, MS Best, you are categorically wrong. Microaggressions are not BS. It ain't what you want to read into it. It's not made up leftist woke. Everything's woke to you, so this is typically what you say. And it's not a division tactic. For example, I literally witnessed microaggression last night. Uncle Jeff was saying something. Witch Doctor was saying something. And Uncle Jeff was like, but you're not from America, right? Where you from? That was a microaggression to try to invalidate DJ Witch Doctor perspective because he wasn't born in America. We see it all the time when Fatty talking. He making a good point, and then they'll say something, but you're not from America, right? They already know this. The goddamn boy sound like a black ass Count Chocula. Sound like Dracula. He sound Romanian or something. They over there, it's close. It's Europe. His accent. You could clearly hear Fatty talk and know he's not from America. But he making a point on your ass. So you say, but you're not from America, right? Asking a question you already know to try to invalidate what the fuck he's saying. Microaggression. Instead of just saying, you don't know what the fuck you talking about. I don't believe you. I don't agree with you. Motherfucker, you are categorically wrong. Instead of just saying that. But you ain't really from America though, right? Just like if a person like me saying something logical, where MS Best, you gotta be joking, right? MS Best says, where are the different groups between Uncle Jeff and DJ then? Uncle Jeff is an American, and DJ Witch Doctor from Ghana, some shit. He's not American. He wasn't born in America, then come over here till he was like 17, 18. Hence, one is an American and one is an immigrant, per se. Two different groups. What are we talking about here? So, Michael, that we'll throw that under either micro insults, comments, or behaviors that demean a person's identity or background, or either micro invalidations, dismissing denying someone's experience or identity. So, again, we witnessing it right now. It's right now live how we have been trained to not even notice, recognize, identify microaggressions. You got people saying they made up when I just proved they're not. Gave examples, gave real life examples that I witnessed multiple times. When someone wants to come at you, wants to confront you, but instead of doing that, they say something about you that's not related to exactly confronting you, but it's a slick attempt to invalidate what you're saying. Microaggression. Kind of like how, but you've been married 22 years. What do you know about this or that? Just because I'm married don't mean my brain fucking works. Don't work no more. Just because I'm married don't mean I can't critically think and that I went functionally retarded. Just tell me you don't think I know what the fuck I'm talking about and I'm wrong instead of bringing up my situation to but haven't you been married 20 years? Again, usually with these microaggressions, it's usually a statement or a question that's fucking obvious and redundant as fuck, indirect as fuck. That's my point. You literally proving my point. And who usually use microaggressions? MS Best says, wallflower mindset. I call it poor manipulation attempts. Jeff acted like a woman. Point proven. Microaggressions. Who I said do passive aggression and also obviously do microaggressions, primarily, mostly women and bitch niggas. They synonymous sometimes. I'm not calling Uncle Jeff a bitch nigga because I'm cool with him, but that was some microaggressive shit. So, you know what? They asked me a question at the end, said, do you want to include examples of microaggressions for different groups? I'm going to type sure, just to see. By the way, another microaggression, walk in the car with the walk in the elevator with the white lady and she clutch her purse. Microaggression. Walking out the gas station to your car, which is nicer than their car, and they lock you hear the car doors click them. They conveniently they've been sitting in the car for God knows how long. My black ass comes out the gas station to go to my car, and I hear the doors go click clack them. Microaggression.
Oh my God!
I'm like, what the fuck, bitch? You sitting in this 1980 Pinto. I'm in this 2021 whatever. I don't think you got none in there I want. Sure, not that regular ass car, and definitely not that dusty ass, crusty ass pussy. See what we got. Let's see what we got.
Here's a breakdown of microaggressions with examples across different groups so you can see how they show up in real life. 1. Racial, ethnic microaggressions. Microassault. Locking your car doors when a black man walks by. Microinsult. You speak English so well to someone born in the US.
Yo, I didn't even see that. You know, I'm doing all this shit real time. I used that example and didn't even look and see that was going to be their first example.
Oh my God!
Sometimes life just throw out coincidences, people. Sometimes shit sometimes shit is just what it is. And when shit just is what it is, it's gonna make sense. It's gonna click. The fucking pieces gonna go together.
Here's a breakdown of microaggressions with examples across different groups so you can see how they show up in real life. 1. Racial, ethnic microaggressions. Microassault. Locking your car doors when a black man walks by. Microinsult. You speak English so well to someone born in the US. Microinvalidation. I don't see color, we're all human, erases racial identity. Number 2. Gender microaggressions. Microassault, catcalling, or making sexual jokes toward a woman in the workplace. Microinsult, you're pretty good at this for a girl. Microinvalidation, women are too emotional to be in leadership, or are you sure that's harassment? Maybe you're overreacting. Number 3, LGBTQ plus microaggressions. Microassault, using the phrase, that's so gay as an insult. Micro-insult, asking a gay man, who's the woman in your relationship? Micro-invalidation, you're bisexual? That's just a phase. 4. Disability microaggressions. Microassault, talking slowly and loudly to a person in a wheelchair as if they're hard of hearing. Microinsult, you're so inspiring for just living your life. Microinvalidation, everyone gets tired, your fatigue isn't special to someone with chronic illness. 5. Religious microaggressions. Microassault, avoiding sitting next to someone in religious attire, e.g., hijab, yarmulke. Microinsult, you're Jewish? You don't look Jewish. Microinvalidation, we're all basically the same religion. If you want, I can also give you a table of microaggressions, their category, and their possible hidden message, so you can see exactly what's being implied in each case. That version is very clear for quick reference.
Well, there you go. Hope y'all learning something today. Do what you want, talk how you want, communicate how you want, but understand words have meaning. And it's people out there that can catch microaggressions. And you can't, but this the world we live in, we want to say those people are being sensitive or overreacting. But again, you can't show aggression towards me, micro or not. It's in the name, aggression. You can't show aggression towards a person and then dictate their response. Their response is going to be their response, the one they choose. Actions have consequences. I can't spit in your face and expect you just to spit back in mine or do nothing at all. If I spit in your face and you choose to knock all my teeth out, if I spit in your face and you choose to give me one to the dome, you got that choice to make. Now, you might have consequences after that, but I won't be around to give them to you. No, I won't. 9 times out of 10. It said my connection was lost for a minute. I don't know, but I'm definitely connected to the internet. So maybe I'm being a little too real right now. Just maybe so. So before we get into passive aggression, I asked just a real simple question because I knew the question was going to come up in somebody's mind. Is passive aggression actually aggression? Let's find out. Let's find out together, people. Is passive aggression actually aggression. I've been saying it is the whole time. But I'm just a dude, you know, I got a couple degrees, but I'm not a fucking doctor.
Yes, passive aggression is still considered a form of aggression, just expressed indirectly rather than openly. Direct aggression involves overt actions like yelling, insults, or physical confrontation. Passive aggression uses subtle behaviors to express hostility or resistance, such as sarcasm, intentional procrastination, backhanded compliments, or giving the silent treatment. Even though it doesn't involve direct confrontation, passive aggression can still harm relationships, create tension, and is recognized as a type of aggressive behavior in psychology.
There you go. For all the people out there that think it should be looked over, that think it's not aggression, that think it causes no problems, but it's harmful for relationships. It creates tension. And you know, as a man, if a motherfucker try to create tension with me, I got something for your ass to help you relieve that tension. You did. We can relieve that tension. It ain't gonna be in no way you like though. It's not gonna be pleasurable, motherfucker. Get it off your chest, nigga. Stop all these whisperings and slick shit.
Tactical nuke incoming!
Say what you mean and mean what you motherfucking say.
Oh, hell no!
That's all I'm talking about right there. Say what you mean and mean what you motherfucking say, nigga. You got something to say? You got something to say? Say it. Don't be beating around the bush, nigga. Bushwhacking ass nigga. You got a problem with me? Say something. I'm right here. Don't be like, oh yeah, I don't like niggas with lion hats on. No, say I don't like unbe streaming, nigga. I'm right here. I'm the only nigga with a lion hat on, motherfucker. By the way, shout out to Leo gang. I don't believe in that astrology shit, but I just know my sign because that's people kept asking me what it was, and I had to research it, and I just happened to have a really good one. Lion, king of the jungle, bad mofo. I mean, I just embrace it. But no, I don't believe in that shit. But when you got a cool one that's good on shirts and hats, you fucking, you know, then it's a win.
Tactical nuke incoming!
But like I said, say what you mean and mean what you motherfucking say, people. That's all you got to do. I swear to God. You know, and if you can't handle the consequences of it, then don't say the shit. But don't try to say the shit in a way to try to avoid consequences, hoping that the person was groomed to look over the shit, was trained, was taught to look over the shit, because everybody wasn't. I come from a school of don't let nobody disrespect you in any kind of way, not just fucking physically. Also, not just men, anybody, me. Listen, these hands rated E for everybody.
Tactical nuke incoming!
These hands rated E for everybody. These cuss words rated E for everybody. This shit talking rated E for everybody. I don't care if you got a swinging Johnson or a little stanky fish hole. You can get these hands physically or verbally. What the fuck are we even talking about here? How did we even come to this?
You can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up.
So now that we came to that passive aggression is a form of aggression and is harmful and could be offensive and considered disrespectful and blah, 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 all that. Let's really look at what is passive aggression. I said it my way. Well, we're going to let the PhDs explain it to y'all because, you know, you got some people out there who only agree things when they're written or spoken in a very formal and official way.
Passive aggression is a behavior pattern where someone expresses negative feelings, anger, or resentment indirectly rather than openly addressing them. Instead of confronting the issue directly, they use subtle actions or avoidance to show their displeasure. Key traits of passive aggression: indirect resistance, deliberately procrastinating or forgetting tasks to express opposition; sarcasm or backhanded compliments, masking hostility with humor or false kindness; silent treatment, withdrawing communication as a form of punishment; subtle sabotage, doing things half-heartedly or intentionally making mistakes to avoid compliance. Psychological definition: in psychology, passive aggression is considered a defense mechanism where a person avoids direct confrontation due to fear of conflict, rejection, or authority, but still expresses underlying anger through covert behaviors. Would you also like me to include the clinical definition as used in psychology psychiatry manuals like the DSM?
And that's something I always said. You notice how they just said it's a person trying to avoid direct confrontation due to fear of conflict. I always said that. Passive aggressive, that shit is some coward shit. And I don't like fucking cowards. Again, like I just screamed several times. Say what you mean and mean what you fucking say. So if I get a hint of you being passive aggressive, male or female, I'm going to treat you like the fucking coward you are. Because if you want a coward, you would be overtly aggressive. You just gonna say the shit. Say it, motherfucker. Say it with your chest. Say it with your chest, little nigga. Say it with your chest. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are we even talking about here? What are we talking about here? Aggression is aggression. Aggression should be met or can be met with aggression. When and if it is, you get what you get. Men, we have been groomed, trained, brainwashed to look over this with women under the guise of that's just what they do. No. Everyone should respect you regardless of what's swinging or not swinging between their legs. Think about how ass backwards it is. We will fight a man for looking at us a certain way. But it's not masculine to question passive, aggressive, obvious, disrespecting comments. One of the dumbest things a lot of men let these people do to y'all was define what's masculine or not.
Tactical nuke incoming!
We live in a fucking bizarro world where men are living their lives by the definitions of masculinity of a person that never been a man in their goddamn life. A real man do this. A real man do that. A real man do this. Most of these niggas was raised by their mamas. and don't understand that they mama was their first hater.
Tactical nuke incoming!
I said it. Your mama be your first hater. Not saying she didn't love you, not saying she didn't take care of you, but the moment she told you some goofy shit like there's never no reason to hit a woman, she was your first hater. Nigga, a bitch would split your lip, nigga. They stabbing niggas out here. They killing niggas. They hitting niggas across the head with pans. They got hands. They hands got knuckles. They got arms and shoulders. A lot of these women is big. I'm 175 pounds. You know, a lot of black sisters got 200 a 2 in front of their weight. Think I'm finna let Big Bertha square up with me? She about to get that work. If it's justified, of course. She about to get that work. So we talking about here, running up in my face with some motherfucking bullshit.
Man, shut your bitch ass up, nigga. Nobody asked you how to bitch ass thing. You better shut the fuck up before I knock your fucking head off your shoulders, little ugly ass bitch. Stupid ass bitch. You wanna kick your fucking heart out your chest, nigga?
God damn it. So, oh shit. So as I was, by the way, like, subscribe, comment, and please share. Like, subscribe, comment, and please share. Like, subscribe, comment, and please share. It doesn't cost you a penny, a nickel, or a dime. It is 100% free and helps the channel the most. But if you got an extra dollar, I need a dollar. Dollar is all I need. Whoa, I need a dollar is all I need. Hey, if you got $1 to spare, cash us right there. $ Unc be streaming. Anything from $1 on up would be greatly appreciated and go directly into funding the channel. I swear it will. Give me that HBO special, as that's one content creator say. The Help a Brother Out special. The HBO special would be greatly appreciated. I think I got the longest applause on YouTube. I pushed the button one time for whatever reason. It's just a very standing ovation type thing. So we got all that out the way. Oh, well, since we're here and we had a pause, we had an impasse per se. Because before we get into some other stuff about passive aggression, we still on it now. Oh, I think I've been cooking today. I don't care what y'all say. Oh, by the way, if you haven't bought my book, it's still available on Amazon. Truth and Reality Undefeated, The Gender War. Type it in just like that. It'll come up. It's in paperback, Kindle, and audiobook formats. Good read, short read. Entertaining read, very inexpensive. Type it in just like that. Like I said, Kindle, you can read it on your apps, your phone. Paperback, hold it in your hand. And last but not least, audiobook, so you can listen to it on your commute while you're working out, while you're pooping, whatever you do. Truth and Reality Undefeated, The Gender War, available on Amazon and all those platforms. HBO, baby. Help a brother out.
Tactical nuke incoming!
We out here doing things, trying new things, okay? Growth, development, stepping outside your comfort zone. Right? So, what we got? Well, we done got the definition. Now, so I had some questions that needed some answers. I've been giving my reasons why this whole time. And by the way, I ain't read this, so I don't know what it's going to say. You understand? I could have been wrong the whole time. So I've been saying my reasons why men out here just accept passive aggression from women like it's the best shit ever. So I asked a simple question: why do men accept passive aggressiveness from women? And let's see what the educated experts have to say. But before I do that, let me throw this fucking cat off this damn table. I swear, every time you see me get up and move like that, he'll do it like so many times during my shows. It's ridiculous. Just get a life, nigga. Go get a fucking life. You got this whole big ass house. Go somewhere. Goddamn. Shit. All right. And I was talking to a cat, not my kid. So fuck him. Get my nerves sometimes. So where were we? All right, yeah. Why do men see? I was very direct with his ass. That's how you gotta be with motherfuckers. So why do men accept passive aggression from women? Let's find out. Like again, I've been saying my reasons why. Let's find out what the eggheads got to say.
There are several psychological, social, and cultural reasons why men may be more likely to accept or tolerate passive aggression from women. 1. Social conditioning. Many men are raised with the idea that they should avoid direct conflict with women to appear respectful, gentlemanly, or avoid being seen as abusive or overly aggressive. Society often frames women as more emotionally vulnerable, which can lead men to downplay or ignore subtle hostility to avoid hurting their feelings. 2. Fear of escalation. Men may fear that calling out a woman's passive aggression could escalate into a bigger conflict or even accusations of being controlling or hostile. In some cases, men worry about social or legal consequences if a disagreement with a woman is misinterpreted. 3. Cultural narratives. There's a long-standing cultural stereotype that women are more emotional and express themselves indirectly. Men are sometimes taught to see this behavior as normal and not worth challenging. Media often portrays passive-aggressive behavior in women, e.g. sarcasm, silent treatment, as cute or harmless, making men more likely to tolerate it. Number 4. Relationship dynamics. In romantic relationships, men may accept passive aggression to maintain peace or avoid breaking up the relationship. Some men are conflict avoidant in general, and passive aggression is easier to ignore than direct confrontation. 5. Power and leverage. In some dynamics, women hold social or emotional leverage, e.g. in family or romantic contexts. Men might accept passive aggression to maintain harmony or because they feel challenging it would destabilize the relationship. 6. Misinterpretation. Passive aggression can be subtle, sarcasm, backhanded compliments, silent treatment. Some men may not even recognize it as aggression, instead brushing it off as moodiness or stress. Would you like me to break this down into psychological?
I don't know. Let's see. What was she gonna break? I might get it, bro. But listen, yo, I closed it out. But I'm like, you know what? Let's see what that breakdown question was, because ChatGPT was cooking. Listen. I think I fucking hit the nail on the motherfucking head with everything that's been said today. Straight up, in that breakdown, just that social conditioning, fear of escalation, the cultural narratives. It's bad. That social conditioning, that's the motherfucking grooming I was talking about. That we accepted as men throughout all these years, and we're sitting there thinking that we are doing this ourselves, that this stuff is coming from us, from within us. We think it's the right way. We think it's the super masculine thing to do. So let's look into the psychological aspects behind why men first we're going to go into why are women passive aggressive, right? I've said why. We know why. And then we're going to look into the psychological aspects of why men are so tolerant of that shit. And let's be clear, I fundamentally understand why women are passive aggressive. I understand it. Most of them can't fight. Most of them don't want to fight. And I said it before, a 14-year-old boy can whoop a woman's ass. And when it comes to women fighting, some women can just whoop ass better than other women. You got some women that's built and designed to fight. You got women walking around here 5 foot, 120 pounds. But they be want to say stuff. They be want to be aggressive. They get mad. They got complaints, but they understand that they ain't finna move no furniture nowhere. So they got to be passive aggressive. And I understand as a human, you have to get your aggression off one way or another, or you're gonna die a little bit inside every day. So I get it. I understand. I understand why women are passive aggressive. What I don't understand is why men don't understand that aggression is still aggression, and that they were groomed and trained to look over women being passive aggressive, and that being passive aggressive is still negative. It's still an attack. And as a man, you have the right to defend yourself against any attack, be it verbal or physical. So when I say I understand why women passive aggressive, that goes back into this little lesson of Unc-ucation that I gave y'all previously before. See, a lot of these things are this Unc-ucation is going to be revisited because a lot of times people, they got the same retorts. I can almost predict their retorts to shit. So again, I understand why women are passive aggressive, but it's still aggression, and aggression got to be met. And when you be aggressive, you can't dictate how somebody replies. I understand. Hence, to be clear, I'm understanding why women passive aggressive, but I'm not justifying it.
Understanding and justifying are related but fundamentally different concepts. Understanding means you comprehend why something happened or why someone acted a certain way. It's about gaining insight into motivations, causes, or context. Does not imply agreement or approval. You can understand without supporting. Example, I understand why he stole the food. He was starving. Justifying means you see the action as acceptable or right under the circumstances. Goes beyond comprehension to provide moral or logical approval. Example, he stole the food, and that was okay because he was starving. Key difference. Understanding equals explaining behavior. Justifying equals defending behavior as correct or acceptable. Would you like me to break it down in psychological terms, e.g., empathy versus moral reasoning, or in a legal moral framework?
No, that pretty much got it out good enough for me. So let's get into what was I going to do? Oh yeah, why are women passive aggressive? Let's go ahead and get that out the way before we get into the psychological reasons why men just put up with that shit, so men can understand that they not doing it because it ain't coming. We need to realize, like I said before, that a lot of the things we think are what we decided is what we was trained, like a fucking animal, groomed from a young age to perceive, to accept, to deal with. It's not because you think it's right, you think it's acceptable. It's because you don't know no better. You was browbeaten into thinking things. This is how. No, that's not how women act. Women have control. They're adults. Yes, they usually, in most cases, more emotional than men, but they still can control their emotions because they do it when they at work.
Tactical nuke incoming!
Think about it. I done mix my buttons up. If they on the phone and you come ask them something, interrupting them, they snap on you. Don't you see them on the phone? If they're at the phone at work and White Gary come in and interrupt them, they'll tell the person on the phone, excuse me a second. May I help you? Hey, yeah, I'm sorry to interrupt you, Barbara. Can you blah, 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 blah. Okay, no problem, Gary. I'll take care of it. Then they get their ass back on the phone. Well, what's the snapping at Gary? The emotions can be controlled, fellas. And so don't ever forget. If you ain't listen to anything I said today, understand that shit. All women know how to act. All women know how to act right. You just gotta be the motherfucker they want to act right for. That's a fact, Jack. They know how to control themselves. They know how to be quiet. They know how not to argue. They know how not to nag. They know how not to fuss. You just gotta be adding something to their life, some kind of benefit, or they got to want or desire you to a certain level for them to want to do it. But they know how. Every single one knows how to do it.
Women often use passive aggression for a mix of psychological, social, and strategic reasons. And while not exclusive to women, the way it shows up in female behavior is shaped by both cultural conditioning and power dynamics. Here's the psychological breakdown. Number 1. Learned communication patterns. Indirect conflict style. From childhood, many girls are taught, explicitly or implicitly, to avoid being mean or aggressive, so they learn to express anger or frustration in indirect ways. Social penalties for directness. When women are assertive or confrontational, they can be labeled bossy, emotional, or unlikable. Passive aggression becomes a safer outlet. Modeling from role models. If mothers, friends, or peers resolve conflict indirectly, this style becomes normalized. Number 2. Power preservation without direct confrontation. Low perceived power. If a woman feels she lacks authority in a situation, work, relationships, family, passive aggression lets her push back without openly challenging the power structure. Avoiding retaliation. Indirect hostility can be a way to express resistance while avoiding the risks of open conflict. Subtle control. Passive aggression can be used to guilt, frustrate, or manipulate someone into a desired response without explicit demands. Number 3. Emotional regulation and self-protection. Fear of rejection. Some women avoid direct conflict to protect the relationship but still want to express dissatisfaction. Difficulty with vulnerability. It can feel safer to drop hints or use sarcasm than to openly admit feelings of hurt, jealousy, or insecurity. Shame avoidance. Directly expressing anger may trigger guilt or shame due to internalized beliefs that good women don't get mad. Strategic social positioning. Face saving. Passive aggression lets a woman signal disapproval while keeping plausible deniability. I was just joking, or I'm not mad. Testing the waters. She may hint at an issue to gauge the other person's reaction before deciding whether to bring it up openly. Maintaining likability. By hiding hostility under humor, sarcasm, or silence, she can avoid looking overtly combative in social settings. 5. Psychological roots. Unmet needs. Often, passive aggression emerges when someone feels ignored, undervalued, or powerless to get their needs met directly. Avoidant attachment. People with avoidant or anxious avoidant styles often prefer indirect expression to protect themselves from rejection. Low conflict tolerance. When open disagreement feels overwhelming or unsafe, indirect methods feel more manageable. In short, women are often passive aggressive because they've learned, through upbringing, social expectations, and life experience, that indirect hostility is safer and more socially acceptable than open confrontation, especially in situations where they feel they have less direct power. If you want, I can also break down how female passive aggression changes depending on whether it's in romantic relationships, friendships, or workplace settings, because the motives and style are slightly different in each.
Again, like I said, I understand why they are passive aggressive, but I'm not justifying that shit. Matter of fact, with all that said, it was a lot of excuses. So I got a question. Is passive aggressive a healthy way to communicate? Let's see.
No, passive aggression is generally not a healthy way to communicate. It's an indirect form of expressing negative feelings, like anger, resentment, or frustration, without openly addressing them. Instead of saying, I'm upset that you didn't call me back, a passive aggressive person might give the silent treatment, make sarcastic remarks, or intentionally procrastinate. While it can feel safer than direct confrontation in the short term, it often creates confusion. The other person may not understand the real issue, breeds resentment. Because the conflict isn't resolved, it festers. Damages trust. People may start to feel manipulated or uncertain about your sincerity. Healthy communication typically involves assertiveness, clearly and respectfully expressing your feelings and needs. Passive aggression is like trying to send an emotional smoke signal when a clear conversation would work much better. If you want, I can break down why people use passive.
And I'm glad I asked that question. Because like I say, it was a lot of excuses and justification. I feel safer and I feel like I don't have power and blah, blah, blah. I'm sorry you feel that kind of way. But just because you have these fears and feelings doesn't justify putting negative energy out into the world. And it's clear that passive aggression is negative energy. So I'm sorry that you such a coward. You can't express yourself openly. What I'm not finna let you do is try to fucking blow smoke up my ass and talk sideways to me and say slick shit and not get called out. See, I believe in on-the-spot corrections. It's like I said yesterday, give a motherfucker an inch, they take a yard. When dealing with people, it's people out there, the vast majority of people, if you don't stop some shit the first time, not only are they going to keep doing it, it's going to get bigger and bigger and more and more and more and more. So like I said, when you ask somebody to borrow money and they don't pay you back, and then 2 weeks later they ask to borrow some more, and your goofy ass give it to them, and they don't pay you back. Then 5 months later they ask for some more, but they never paid you back from the other 2 times. But you loaned them some anyway, and they don't pay you back. Nigga, they gonna never stop asking you, and they never gonna pay you back. But if you loan somebody some money the first time, and they don't pay you back, and they ask you the second time, and you be like, no, I'm not giving you anything until you pay me back. Well, before you nip that shit in the bud. You have to, you gotta shut shit down. And passive aggressiveness is one of them things, because they gonna see you as soft. They gonna see you as either weak or dumb. You either weak or you so dumb you don't even get that they fucking playing in your face. What are we talking about here? If you got a problem, say something. This whole I am woman, I am victim shit that the other thing tried to say. This whole, oh, I'm so scared, I gotta be passive aggressive because somebody gonna cave my head in if I say something. Women ain't really walking around feeling like that. They talk shit every day. They just wanna talk shit without looking like a bad person. Oh, it's about to go down. It's about to go down.
Tactical nuke incoming!
That whole women be passive aggressive because they got the fear of this and the fear of that, and they feel like they don't have power and blah, blah, blah. I call bullshit. You want to know why I call bullshit? Because women have no problem talking shit. Passive aggressive allows them to talk shit, but not look like the bad guy. To be mean, to be ugly, to be cruel, to be dismissive, but still be a pretty princess. That's why they do it, not because they fear talking shit. Because when they don't care what you think about them, they don't hesitate to tell you exactly what they want to say. But when they care what you think, or what more importantly, what others around think about them, that's when they be passive aggressive. Not because of some great trembling, all fucking covering fucking fear of consequences of just standing up for themselves. No. Cap, motherfucking bullshit. We on to that shit. No, That shit is all about image.
Hey, bro, come on now, dog. Come on, man.
So, like, subscribe, comment, and please share. Like, subscribe, comment, and please share. It's 100% free. Don't cost you a penny, nickel, or a dime. It's 100% free. Helps the channel the most. Like, subscribe, comment, and please share. But if you want to support the channel, the cash app's right there. $ Unc be streaming. Anything from $1 on up would be greatly appreciated and go directly to funding the channel. I am not joking. $1 on up would be greatly appreciated and go directly to funding the channel. But the like, subscribe, the comment, and the sharing helps the channel the most, and is 100% free. So please do that. So before we get out of here, we are going to look into again. Ew. What's that? Why men, the psychological reasons why man tolerate, accept passive aggressiveness from women. So you guys can see that a lot of this shit ain't because it's the right thing to do and you such a man and women is this and it's feminine and it's weak to blah blah blah. No, your ass was trained, boy. You hear me, boy? You were trained, boy. The whip was cracked on your back, boy, to act like that.
Psychologically, men often accept passive aggression from women because of internalized cognitive patterns, emotional regulation strategies, and learned behavioral conditioning. Here are the main psychological drivers. Number 1. Social learning and conditioning. Childhood modeling. Many men grow up seeing their fathers, brothers, or male role models let it slide with women, so they adopt the same coping style. Conditioned to prioritize harmony. From a young age, boys are often told not to hurt girls' feelings, teaching them to swallow discomfort instead of challenging it. Reward-punishment cycles. When confrontation in the past led to negative outcomes, criticism, guilt-tripping, or social shaming, they learn to avoid it. Number 2. Conflict avoidance and anxiety management. Avoidant coping style. Some men manage emotional discomfort by withdrawing or minimizing problems rather than engaging directly. Fear of escalation. Passive aggression is ambiguous, but confrontation is clear. If they escalate, it may lead to a bigger emotional or relational conflict. Stress regulation. Avoiding confrontation lowers immediate stress, even if it harms the relationship long term. Number 3. Ambiguity tolerance and self-doubt. Difficulty labeling the behavior. Passive aggression is indirect, so it can create uncertainty about whether it's intentional. Men may think, maybe I'm overreacting. Attribution bias. They might explain it away as moodiness, stress, or just her personality, removing the need to confront it. Gaslighting vulnerability. If called out, a passive-aggressive person may deny intentions, making the man question his own perceptions. 4. Power and attachment dynamics. Fear of abandonment or rejection. In close relationships, they may avoid addressing issues out of fear the woman will leave, withhold affection, or become cold. Attachment styles. Anxious or avoidant attachment styles make people more likely to tolerate unpleasant behavior to keep the bond intact. Perceived gender power imbalance. If they believe the woman holds social or emotional leverage, they may suppress reactions. Number 5. Masculinity, identity, and emotional restraint. Cultural masculinity norms. Men are often taught that real men don't get rattled by small things, leading them to downplay passive aggression. Fear of seeming controlling or abusive. Challenging a woman's subtle hostility could be framed as overbearing, so they self-censor to maintain a good man image. Emotional stoicism. Men who equate emotional restraint with strength may see ignoring it as a virtue. If you want, I can show you how these psychological factors often overlap with relationship power games.
Nah, we good. We good. We good. Class is almost over. But before it ends, I just found out that it's a holiday today. A special day. In Black history that got to be celebrated before we get out of here. It's something really awesome happened today, and we are going to celebrate it on the way out. We're going to celebrate it on the way out. We can't let this day in history go without representing this day. Today is the 2-year anniversary of the motherfucking Montgomery Brawl. Keep your hands to your motherfucking self.
G-Mac Cash.
Hey, yo, Nino, that camera rolling?
From the Montgomery Brawl, G-Mac Cash spoke to CBS 42. He says soon after he first saw that video of what happened on Montgomery's Riverfront Park, he knew there was a song there. By Monday, Allen had released Montgomery Brawl. Montgomery Brawl has already gone viral with over 1 million views. It's currently #1 on iTunes comedy music.
Stop playing with these niggas.
Lego. Hey, I'm really proud of y'all. Montgomery Brawl. Bitch. Not one but them all. Montgomery Brawl. Shout out bro that can swim. Montgomery Brawl. Salute shit, really all of them. Montgomery Brawl. Shout out Unc with the chair. Montgomery Brawl. Everybody that was there. Montgomery Brawl. Threw the hat off at the start. Montgomery Brawl. Man, shout out to the girl. Montgomery Brawl. Hey, now y'all done started some shit, so we gon' finish y'all it. And this time, everybody about to witness it. Y'all. Bro told them to move, just doing this job. But y'all wanted to jump him, so now we got a prize. Let's get it. All right, bet. Let me tell y'all what really happened. Heard they was jumping on my cousin, let me off, Captain. Cuz came out the water like, let's get it cracking. Unc came with the chair like I got some action. Cuz came no shirt like I got Sebastian. I got him. Even the women getting hit like, damn, what happened? Hey, this shit was kinda lit like, damn, it's cracking. I even seen a rock bottom like, damn, this wrestling. Seen a couple of them boys go night-night. And we got the first black man to swim to a fight. Salute. If you mad at this song, don't mention me. Don't do it. But fuck that chair going down in history. Hey, I'm really proud of y'all. Montgomery Brawl. Bitch. Not one but them all. Montgomery Brawl. Shout out bro that can swim. Montgomery Brawl. Salute shit, really all of them. Montgomery Brawl. Shout out Unc with the chair. Montgomery Brawl. Everybody that was there. Montgomery Brawl. Threw the hat off at the start. Montgomery Brawl. Man, shout out to the girl. Montgomery Brawl. Yeah, this a real good moment in history right now.
Keep your hand to y'all motherfucking self out there, people. Them days is over. You ain't really finna get your lynch on like talking about in these streets, my Caucasian brothers and sisters. Nobody shouldn't be hitting nobody. But as United States citizens, black people got the right and the might to defend themselves against violence. And you might catch a chair. So be careful out there. With that said, people, y'all be safe. Y'all have fun. I hope y'all learned something today. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and please share. This been your boy Unc be streaming, and I've been streaming. Now Unc be out.
shit.